Good evening, everyone. So it's June the 10th, and I'm out with the girls, and just thought I'd walk through the old garden out here. I planted two of the air potatoes out here. I had two planted on the corner down there last year, and because I wasn't watering them or anything else, they didn't do much. I had got two air potatoes from my mail lady some years ago, and so those were what I'd planted, and off of them last year I got 5, and so I planted 3 of them around and about. And this is a passion fruit that I had planted, and I hope it will continue. They were all over the land whenever I bought this land, and through the years with the goats and everything else that I had, they got destroyed, and last year I found one coming up, and I've kind of tried to encourage it, and I've transplanted, uprooted, and started 4. Anyway, and that's one of them, and then there's some others planted around. These are my pumpkins. This is Naples Long, and it's kind of a newer one. There are some that are a bit bigger. Like I say, the name of it is Naples Long, and it's one of these crazy things that in one catalog it'll be called a pumpkin, and in another it'll be called a winter squash, and I just call it good. I like the fact, something I got into some years ago was making steaks, pumpkin steaks, and slicing it about 1 inch thick is my preference, and put it on the grill, brush it with olive oil, and then after you flip it the first time, put some sea salt on it. And they grill out, and they're really good that way, and I love them. And let me go back to this one. With the Naples Long, all the seed are right in here, about the size of a softball usually, and so all this is flesh, and it's just a more condensed package to my notion. These are my cucumbers. I had 5 different kinds of cucumber seed, so I've got 5 different kinds of cucumbers. And deers have been giving them a fit. These were called a lemon something or other, and they ain't much. They're just a little round ball, and I can't tell much taste difference between them and any other cucumber. And they are bearing pretty good. I have 2-gallon buckets of them. I've been sharing them. It's one of the only things that I have made enough off of that I've shared with some of the neighbors and everything. My regular zucchinis and yellow squash and all that just haven't produced, and we're getting into hot enough times now that I am starting to see some bugs and some things. It was one of the things I'd hoped to get done today was some spraying, but it just didn't get done. There's two hills here that are a winter squash. They're called Pink Banana. And they do have seed all the way from one end to the other, but they really have a great flavor. And you can see a little one, if I can find him in the camera sight, up under there. He ain't very much, but the last thing I planted out here, we hadn't had a whole lot of rain since I did get them planted. Like I say, you can see that when the deer come by, any of them that have made it through, the deer very nicely prune them back for me so they don't get in my way over there when I'm mowing. And my intentions were that they would climb up the fence and then I could find the cucumbers easy, but I just hadn't kept at them trying to put them back up on the fence to climb. And then too, like I said, the deers ate them so that I just quit trying to put them up there. And there's still, 8 years ago was the last time the garden was totally clean and totally worked. And that year I had a stroke. And that's the last year that I gave so much away, so much went to waste, because nobody'd come get it. And anyway, I had sweet potatoes still out here for years, and the deers and the rabbits finally got all of them that I know about. I haven't seen any. But this is elephant garlic, and there's 2 beds here that are loaded with elephant garlic. And I do harvest a little of it every so often, and this year it has pulled out quite a few of them. But it's got growed up more and more. And I am very pleased, though, with my pumpkins. I was planning on doing them last year and never did get to it. And that was the seed that was already old. And I try to keep pumpkin in the freezer. I do like to cook with it. I like to make like pumpkin bread, like you'd make zucchini bread. And I had used the last I had put up last year. So it's nice to see what I've already, pumpkins that's already there. While it isn't a great deal right now, I'm hoping if they continue growing and everything else, if I can keep the vine borers out of the vines. And so far I haven't seen any problem of them, that I will make a few dozen and have pumpkin in the freezer again. Plus they do keep really well on into the winter time. And that was my evening. I'm gonna round up my girls and go find my spot in front of the TV. Everyone have a blessed day. Take care. Stay safe. And as for me, I'm still washing my hands and wearing my mask. Blessings.